Hello, my fellow comic book collectors. This is going to be a really cool video. I'm actually going to unbox two boxes. And one is a kind of a cool comic that they just arrived at the same time. So I'm doing both at the same time. One is just a cool comic. So it's a cool Golden Age Grail that is got a kind of interesting first appearance. And the other is a trade that I did. I wish I kind of recorded the previous part where I basically got a stack of comics that I gave to this one guy in order to get these books. So I gave a huge stack. He gave me just I think it's 3 or 4 books. So it's and some of the books that I gave away were the first appearance of Giant Man, when Ant-Man's giant. I gave away the first appearance of Rogue and a whole bunch of Silver Age keys and just a bunch of books that I had in my collection that I had duplicates of. So early Avengers and just a whole bunch of really great stuff. And the reason I had to give great stuff is I got great stuff. So we made it very fair. We kind of calculated how much they were worth and we gave it so that it was equal value. So that was a really great trade with Kyle. Yeah, I'm now going to show the books. So the first is the Golden Age book that I was referring to at the beginning. And came with stickers. This is from Captain Comics, I think. Can Comics. It's like a Canadian company. But they are very good. I bought lots of stuff from them. So they have some really great books. And this is one of them. And actually, they had a really great price on it. I was quite excited to get this book, especially at the price that they had it. Because I bid on this book many times on Heritage, and I always lose. But it's a really great one. This is America's Greatest Comics. It's a huge book. Look how thick it is. It is a big book in terms of size, but also in terms of content. So this is America's Greatest Comics number 7. And it is from 1943. And it's a C.C. Beck cover. It's a really great train cover. A kind of futuristic train. Or city, maybe. But it is... Does it actually say? It doesn't actually say. So the CGC notes don't say the key significance about this book. But it does have a major Golden Age character first appearance. Now, to give it a little bit of context, this book was from 1943. And at that time, America was just starting, was in the war with Germany and Japan. And a lot of the books that came from that era featured the enemy, the Germans, either Hitler or some of Germany's, nefarious characters. And one of those nefarious characters was Goebbels. Now, Goebbels was the propaganda minister for the Nazi Party. And this book has his first comic appearance. So kind of an interesting book with very big key significance in terms of history. It's a 15-cent copy as well, which is kind of interesting because it's extra big. So at the time, that would have been a pretty expensive comic. So very interesting book from 1943. So really cool book. And my friend Falco was the one that mentioned it. He saw that he was like, oh, he sort of rekindled my interest in picking this book up. We were talking about different first appearances of Hitler in comics and stuff like that. and he was mentioning he's German, so he gets into the history too, and he mentioned that this book had that additional key to it. I didn't realize that it was a key in that way, but he told me that it had that extra key. So I was like, oh, that's really cool. I'll have to pick it up. So now we get into the trade. So this is the book, the set of books that I got for, I think I traded like almost 20 comics. It was like a pretty big trade amount of stuff that I had to trade to get this. And it's worth, I think this book, unboxing has about $1,200 worth of stuff, I would say, is what we kind of figured the value would be. So we bubble wrapped it really quite well, shipped it well, and we're going to get into it. It's not a lot. It's like, but they're big books, and not only by value but by size. They're actually quite large. You'll see once I get them out. Okay, so wow, taped it really well. I got to get all this tape off. I think he really wanted to protect them because they are quite valuable. One sec here. Lots of tape. One sec. So it's just, I think it's 4 books in all, if I remember correctly. Maybe it's 3. I don't know. One sec here. Once I get it out, I will be able to tell you. Should be 4 books. One sec here. Oh yeah, those 2 are together. Okay, that's why. I was like, where's the 4th book? Okay. Wow, there's so much tape. If you really tried to protect these books, just put so much tape on it. One sec here. Almost there. Once I get all this tape off. At least it's painter's tape, so it's relatively easy to pull off. Okay. And almost done. Almost done. Wow. So much tape. Okay, one sec here. There. Wow. That's okay. Got all the tape off. Okay, so we're going to start off with a really early Mickey Mouse magazine. And it's just a cool cover. He just mentioned that he had it. It's worth about $100. This is Mickey Mouse magazine from June of 1939. Just a really cool, this is like around the time of the first, Action Comics #1 kind of level. This is like, 1939, kind of cool Mickey Mouse cover. It's really nice. Okay. And the big book that I really was excited to get is this one. This is Mickey Mouse magazine from December of 1939. And this is the first cover appearance of Pinocchio. So not in comics, but in magazine format. His first comic appearance was later. But this is his first magazine appearance. Kind of a cool book, Mickey Mouse magazine from 1939. So this is volume 5, number 3. So kind of cool. And then the other big books from this collection were 2 Popeye books. So we got Popeye, I believe this is Popeye #1. And these were like with this kind of canvas style covers. And these are quite nice. These go for about $400 each. Anywhere from 400, 200 to 400, depending on the grade. So this is quite nice. It's in really great shape, except for this one rusted staple. And he warned me that it had one rusted staple. But other than that, actually both staples are rusted. But the cover itself is in perfect shape. Just really great. So this is, I think these are from like the early 30s. So this is #1. I believe this is #2. This is great. I like the olive oil cover. This is not as great of a shape, but it is still kind of a cool book. So these would be from, I think, like 1934, 1935 era, maybe earlier. So yeah, just really cool books. Popeye and Popeye. So that is it. A very small unboxing compared to some of the big unboxings that I do. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscription, all that stuff. And thanks again for watching. Bye for now.